Welcome back. You're now tuned into the other side of sports. It's your boy Laws in the building. You know it's me. You know Aaron in here rocking out. D now here with us today. This Bama world traveler. He out here in the world fighting crime somewhere. Uh, but he'll be back with us. We actually have more evaluations for position players for this upcoming NFL draft, and so you'll see those videos up when we get to it. For today though, we got some stuff to talk about though. Starters. I heard this story and I was like, hold on now. Larsa Pippen says she gave up the Muyaya 4 times a day for 24 years, dog, with Scotty. Is you buying it?
She's a
Or
liar, dog.
she out here blowing smoke, dog? It's no way.
It's no way Pippen, as an old head Bama, could,
That
could
Bama can be
sustain that
played
life.
4 quarters.
Right, he talking about his back hurt and ain't nobody touch him in the final. What was it, the finals of the conference joint? You
It might
remember?
be her fault, dog. That's what
Dog,
they
stop it.
saying.
She lying.
Dog, dog, she's that's definitely a swell. That's jump for the cameras in the paper. Dog, if you Marcus Jordan, hi, look at dog. Anybody wearing goggles, dog, and ain't go to jail. I can't trust, dog. This man, dog. How disrespectful is that to him out here?
What does she out here running around with his teammate's son?
I,
25, 30 years later.
dog, she ain't got no respect for Scotty. I mean, that's been out the window. She don't care.
Or her son. She don't respect men in general.
Yeah,
But that's
she.
how these youngins that's attached to the internet be. So I'm not shocked. I'm shocked there ain't been no repercussions though. It's just there's only a certain amount of disrespect one person can tolerate, dog.
Dog, you telling Bama's you all been out here 4 times a day? Bama's don't even pray 4 times a day. Bama's don't even eat meals 4 times a day.
Dog, she flat out lie. You know how unproductive a man you got to be available to pipe 4 times in one day consistently. I ain't talking about you got
Dog,
your day
after
off.
I'm not saying in your early 20s. After 30, you got to take supplements, all types of stuff, dog, to get right back to action that fast.
Dog, she welling.
Bama, I played 2 games in direction. I'm sitting, I need a Gatorade. Bama like, yeah, I holler. Yeah, I'm done for the day, dog.
It's
I
fake
lose a
news.
game, it's fake. But dog, what kind of cloud chasing is this? Is this how much
You
you
talking
just
about it?
ran out of
She
equity?
won. She did
You
what she
right.
was trying to
You
do.
right. You right,
We don't
dog.
be talking about this kind of stuff. She
Bama's made
pressed the magic algorithm, and now you got people all over like, is this true? And her name is
20
ringing bells on the algorithm, dog. Now she got new sponsors. Mission accomplished.
book deal, everything, dog. Yeah, you right. That jump, she definitely pressed the buttons on the algorithm. Speaking of clout chasers, dog, this Bama getting on my nerves, young. I remember when I wanted to square up and fight Jake Paul.
You
This
saw him
Bama's
running.
this Bama next on the list. Is Dylan Brooks the most hated NBA player right now?
Um,
He getting up there.
I mean, he might be, but I think that's what he. When you got guys who are limited when it comes to the entree, a lot of times they'll try to overcompensate in other areas, and I think that's where he kind of the niche he's trying to dig out for himself. Because you wouldn't
Dog, the
talk about him
Bama is
otherwise. He's
limited.
just a mediocre.
13, 3, and 2, dog.
Yeah.
That's his
So,
numbers. Yeah,
and we talking about somebody who's averaging 13 points. That's like who would that be on? That's like Denny or something. Or you know what I mean? Or Denny not even up there, but who about 13 points on the squad?
dog. Oh no, you saw this the jersey swap. The Batman Irvin was like, "I'm
Nah,
good."
I'm
He
good.
ain't e- he ain't even, like acknowledge it. Batman took his jersey off, tried to get to him. He just dapped him up, was like, kept it moving. I don't
That's
want your
hilarious.
bum jersey, dog. You a bum. No, that was the perfect curve because he ain't even had to say it. That jump, you a scrub. I know he be like, dog, you. I hate like for NBA purposes, he is scrub. I'm not saying like he couldn't go to the local rec center and cook Bahamas, but for NBA level,
But
He a scrub.
so is Draymond. But I think he's trying to pattern himself after that kind of like I can't really score. Like
Ah,
13 points ain't terrible. It's better than what Draymond give you. But just somebody who gives you a different kind of energy. Who he wants to be a
okay.
defensive stopper, get under people's skin. Just
Ah,
a way to stay in the league and stay paid without necessarily being a top
ah,
or even a
yeah.
above
Is it
average player.
Patrick Beverly?
Right, right. It's exactly
He
what it
did
is.
it. Found Patrick Beverly formula out here, dog. Concocted to try to make something happen. You a bum, but you gonna stay relevant because you get under the skin.
Right.
Remember that Bama was the Jordan stopper? Who was that Bama again?
Oh, you talking about from
He ain't last.
Cincinnati?
He
What was
got
his
cooked.
the Kobe stopper? What was his
Yeah,
Patterson?
yeah.
I can't remember his first name, but
He
his last
got
name was
cooked. He
Patterson.
got cooked. There was always one, dog. Remember the Bama say he was a Kobe stopper? Somebody,
Yeah, that
yeah,
was Patterson from
yeah.
Cincinnati.
It's always one, dog. The game can't back it up, so they just get to get yapping and talking. Yeah, we done with them, dog. Other NBA news. I need to figure out, Aaron, what it's gonna be. What is it gonna be? Do the Wizards make the playing game as the 10th seed?
I know they lost like four in a row before they got the last W. What's the record at right now?
They 2 games behind the Chicago Bulls, and the Bulls right now is cooking.
Nah, so they miss it, just like we need them to. Fire the
And it's
head
like
coach,
10
start over.
games left.
Fire the head
They
coach,
play
start
they
over.
play Orlando tonight.
They'll get that W, but fire the coach, start over.
You putting bread up on the Joe? What's the picks tonight, dog? How can I win 200K?
Oh, 200K, I can't help you there. If I had that pick, I wouldn't be flipping houses.
No, what we money line Wizards? You taking that or you going with the spread?
What's the spread?
I want to say Wizards 4.5.
Oh yeah, I'm taking that because they barbecue the garbage teams.
Mm-hmm. They typically do, but they on a losing streak. I think they lost the last 3 in a row. So I don't, man. Though I'm telling you, if the Wizards don't right now, I don't know what the percentages are, but they're low. They're like it's like it might be like 18-20% that they make the playing game, and every loss just dwindles that down even more. So I mean, I was a little more confident 2 weeks ago that they would find a way to get there. Now, I'm not so sure, dog. I think
Enough,
this might be it.
yeah, enough is enough. And until like it goes back into the idiot stuff I say Washington Commanders fans do. I'm over here doing the same thing for the Wizards, like wanting them to get in the back end of the playoffs. They're not going. to The head coach going to stick around. They're going to leave it the same. In order for the joint to get blown up, the Bama's got to miss the playoffs. They got to lose. It's too much
Mhm,
talent on that team. So if you want what's the understudy name? Tommy Shepard out, and if you want
mhm.
Wes Unseld out, they got to miss the playoffs. Point blank. Period.
Yeah,
Because
at
the
some
owners
point
lose
you
money
just
because you don't get those home playoff games. So
yeah,
you got to hit them guys in the pockets.
yeah, dog. And that this whole rebuilding situation, I can't get with it, dog. I can't get with this. Oh, we gonna rebuild. We almost there. We just
You
just
you
gotta give
can't
it
be
time.
rebuilding
Be
with a
patient.
you can't rebuild with a super max player. No, you can't miss the playoffs with a super max player.
I mean, are they arguably got 3 max players on their roster?
They do because they're gonna have to pay Kuzma or he out of here. So it's just you can't even justify paying him at this point if you missing the playoffs with those three players. And people who aren't in the market, they don't look at the politics and stuff that we see, the substitutions, the bad head coaching. They just look and say they got that roster, they missing the playoffs, and you automatically
No,
gonna get blamed the best player. That's just how it go.
you could give me this roster right now, dog. Well, not right now, with 10 games left. But
Right,
I'm
but in
just
the beginning
saying,
of the season, I could
you give
coach
me
this team to 45 wins
I
easy,
could easily coach them to 45 wins, though.
and
It's not hard.
by staying out the way. Basketball is not football. You don't need to have these intricate X's and O's. You don't have to scheme Bama's to victories. You just got to stay out the way with goofy political substitution patterns and playing bums that don't belong on the court. 30
That's
minutes a
it.
game and 27
That's
minutes a
it.
game. Just get out the way. Who the best player? Bill. Who the other best player? Kuzma. They taking the most shots. Porzingis gonna get his just off his height. He gonna give you 20. You give him the ball or not, he gonna get his 20. And that's what we starting at. That's 60, 65 points every night. I'm guaranteed by not playing politics with bums. Monte Morris, he on the team. He ain't no good. The other two Bama's better. They getting the minutes. I don't care how
that's
much we paying them.
that's
Basketball is
it.
simple, dog.
It's
It's real
simple.
simple.
It's simple, dog. It's simple. I've been watching the games. I got your boy came up. I done learned from the greats out here. We done came up this week with the NCAA, dog. Because
Cracking heads.
all you
Beat the
gotta do is
house.
watch. That's it. All you
All you
gotta
gotta do
do
is
is watch.
watch. That's
All you
it.
gotta do is watch. That's it. And you can see what the great separated. So for every good NCAA team, in order to win the jump, you need three things. You need one, a coach who know what the heck he doing out there. You see, most of the teams that's winning, getting us, they just out coaching from a schematic standpoint. Like they putting their players in the best positions. They not trying to do dumb stuff. They have a play ready made when the time is there. Like when the situation counts for a certain play, you're like, oh, we need an inbounds play, or we need a play to get a bucket. You see that they got those plays. That Jonas is separated. Then you need cookers. You need at least two, Aaron. If you got three, that's a luxury. But you need two Bama's. No scheme, no nothing. You can just say on the sideline, we need a bucket. Go get us a bucket. And they got the tools to get you a bucket. If you got two of those dudes, possibly three, you can make it to the Sweet 16, dog. If you don't have a get bucket type dude, you can just go. You going home early. If you one of them teams, Aaron, that
Maryland
you gotta pass the ball around 6, 7 times and hope Alabama just hot in
going
the
home.
corner, you going home, dog. If you can't give Alabama and say, "Hey, look,
Give me a
do
bucket.
him in,"
Kill
like
him.
kill
If you got nobody on the team who you can say kill him to against any team, you
you're
going home.
done. You're going home, dog. And you see that the teams that's in the jump, they gotta get a bucket guy.
And
I
it
don't
was.
care.
Did you watch the Maryland
I
Alabama
did
game?
watch the Maryland
It was so
Alabama.
obvious. Like Maryland tried to stay in there early, but then you got to the point where their cooker, their guy, started getting buckets, and Maryland didn't have a guy. They passing it around trying to say somebody get a bucket. Who? I don't know. Going around, going around. Nobody could get a bucket on their own, and it
Dog,
just the separation happens, and you go on.
dog. And the thing is, this is the dynamic that happens on teams. When teams, I played on teams, you played on teams, Aaron, real hoopers know. When you got that guy on your team, when he's on your team, Aaron, and you like the coach be like, hey, go get a bucket. And then Alabama, go get a bucket. Aaron, how you feel as a complimentary player on that team, dog?
You know you don't have to do everything.
you like, dog. We got a cook on our team. It give you added confidence. You know what I turn into when we got that guy on the team, and I don't have to be that guy. I've been that guy before, but when I don't have to be that guy, and then you see that guy and he go get you a bucket, you know what I turn into? The do everything guy. I come back, my defense. I'm playing defense like I never played before. I'm I'm getting a block shot off the glass at the guard position, dog. I'm stripping the big man down low in the paint, taking the jump. Like, because I know we got the upper hand. You don't have a get bucket guy, and we got a get bucket guy. Now, the caveat to that is when you got all get bucket guys, and
And no
it's
role
no
players,
discipline,
no hustlers.
no Russell play. Yeah, exactly. No hustlers, Babs, get on the glass heavy and stuff like that. Everybody get bucket, dude. So if you told to get buckets, you don't get a bucket, then the other get bucket, dude, like, dog, give me the rock. Then it's like, then
Or
it's decision on the team.
the
It get
worst
bad.
the worst scenario is when you got role players that think they get bucket guys. It's nothing worse than that. Playing on that squad with role players who think they the guy. Oh
But
my
well,
god.
I'll say this: we haven't really seen that as heavy. I feel like the coaches that know, they know, and they kind of keep that to a minimum, dog. Like, I mean, we got Princeton in here, and they got a solid team, but I don't. To me, they kind of have been an exception to the rule. Like when you talk about like get bucket guys, they got a get bucket guy, but I feel like he hasn't been up matched up against like
Other
a
guys,
yeah, other
because he
guys who
playing in
like
the
get
Ivy League.
yeah, dog. And then you know how it go when you go to the gym and then you looking at the other team and Bama's got high shorts, Bama's got goggles on, and you see like a couple white boys. You like, dog, we about to fry these Bamas. And then next thing you know, they swing, cash, swing, cash, swing, cash. Like you like, ho. Bama's like, no, don't let him like it, you already down 6 points and you about to be off the court. It get a little high heavy. So I feel like it's a little bit of surprise that factor that's going to the jump. But overall, I think it's been a good tournament. You know, I think the teams have been well matched. My team, my it ain't even a dark horse because I mean we already about almost at the Sweet 16. But the teams that I watched in the tournament, I've been watching as many games as I could watch, you know, within reason. I like Kansas State, though. I feel like they have all the elements that you need to win the championship. Now it's going to get dicey because you know as you get through the tournament, the teams just get better and better. But Kansas State got they got the get bucket guy. They got and Noel, he a get bucket assassin. He got a swag too, and he plays smart. Like, and you want your point guard. Like you think about like all the teams that's kind of won in the past. They've had like the undersized point guard, but that know how to be a floor general, know how to get guys involved, know how to sometimes you just gotta talk to the big man. They can't even they take the mics a lot of the mics off the floor because of some of the stuff that the Bama's be saying on the floor. But dog, you gotta sometimes tell these big dudes like, go get a bucket, dog. He can't stop you. Don't stop. No more layups. Everything rim rockers. We dunking everything. Here on out, champ. You need to have a leader that has those leadership qualities to kind of put those guys in position. Kansas State has all that. They got the cookers, get bucket guys. Their coach, elite. He's elite, Aaron. Other night, this Bama did an inbound play. I was on Instagram talking about it. I elite coaching. He could take Wes Unseld Jr.'s spot right now.
Might need to. But we
I
got
was
two
like,
weeks left in the season, 3 weeks in the regular season anyway.
yeah. All these, hold on. Back to the Wizards real quick. Before the season, Aaron, what did they tell us about the Wizards? Because this just fresh on my mind. What did they tell us about the Wizards before the season started?
I don't know.
We made moves and this team is aiming to make the playoffs this year and we should have a good season. We brought in Monte Morris, who's a point guard from Denver, who's going to be a game changer. I really like him. Denny, he's gotten better. He's been working out, working on his game. He's going to come in, contribute, be a big factor in driving his team to success. Oh, we got Will Barton, who is a great scorer at Denver. He's going to be able to make an impact. We, this team is just trending up. Uh, What was last year's record, dog? Was it the same or worse than this? You got better, but you got worse. I make it make sense, dog.
Dog, they don't
Make
have
it make
competent
sense.
people in charge. It's just there's no competency at the general manager and head coach position, which seems to be a plague for DC teams. It's just what it is. And as long as it's left like that,
Yeah,
that's what you're gonna get.
I just don't. They sold us a bill of goods. It just gave us oodles and noodles and told that jump was gourmet noodles. And I'm like, I'm done with him, bro. I'm done with him. Yeah, but back to the NCAA tournament. I got Kansas State carrying it all the way, dog, getting the chip. They got everything that you need. Everything that you need. You cooking, you need a little bit of salt, you need some butter, you need some spice. They got it all, dog. And they play with a swag and a grit. I don't feel like you watch the games and you're trying to see what like the soft team versus the teams that can, they can go at you. They not afraid of the moment, of the situations. Kansas State, they got all the ingredients, dog. You watched any of their games, there, or you just
The
like,
only game
nah,
I
I ain't.
watched is Alabama, Maryland.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't watched any of the other ones.
Yeah,
I don't know
Alabama
much.
real, Houston's real, but Houston, they had injuries, so I don't know. You gotta be careful with them, but Alabama real, they should no excuses. I mean, every once in a while you'll see a team that shouldn't be beat get beat. And in this tournament, you see that a lot. I mean, I don't see Alabama losing this next game. They should not lose. Anything's possible, but I just don't foresee them losing. Texas is really good. Uh, yeah. So that those are my left the ones that's left that has a chance at doing it. Um, on to the NFL, Aaron. Cam Newton talking about making a comeback to the NFL. Today he's at Auburn's pro day, throwing passes and stuff like that. Should Cam just give it up? Is he washed?
He's definitely washed, but is he worse than the bottom 40 quarterbacks in the league, including the backups? I don't necessarily know that he is.
Mhm. Is he start worthy?
I don't think what he's shown the last 2 years that he's played would make him a viable starter. But again,
Mhm,
that goes for at least the bottom third of the league.
mhm.
You got Andy Dalton out here starting games. Um,
That's true.
you got Taylor Heineke starting games. You got Carson
That's
Wentz
true.
starting games. It's a lot of bad quarterback play going. You got what's the guy that was in Houston? Uh,
Oh yeah, I know you're talking
the
about.
second round, David
Yeah, Da- Davis Mills.
Davis Mills. I mean, you got a lot of guys on a lot of teams that are garbage. You had Matt Ryan starting games, and then when they went to the backup with that squad, it was bad. So at a certain point, he knows he's better or he's been more productive than a lot of guys that are still in the league.
Mhm.
So I can see where it would be confusing. Like, hold up, if this dude getting a job and this dude getting a job, I mean, even if I never make it on the field, it's got to be a check for me somewhere in the league.
Do you feel like he taking away shine from the kids that's trying to go to the next level? Because it is Auburn's pro day. It's like, bruh, come on, bro. Do you need to take over the pro day to do this? Like, why can't you just?
So I thought about that too, and the only way that would be a thing is if they have a quarterback that's looking to get drafted. Now I can't think of who Auburn has that's going to be
Mhm,
in the top half of the draft. So if they don't really have a quarterback, I can see why this would be all the teams already going to be there at the pro day.
mhm,
I don't know if he's throwing to the receivers there or what the case is, but um, it's definitely a little bit selfish, but it's a smart move if you
mhm,
want to if you feel like you're gonna wow them and you're gonna be 2015 Cam, or at least
mhm,
closer to it than you have been the last time you were there, and they see you got the zip back on your passes, you got your fastball back, and maybe the shoulder isn't as big of an issue as it
mhm.
was the last couple seasons we've seen him on the field.
Yeah. Do you think it's any juice left?
I can't definitively say yes, but
Okay.
again,
Would a pro day
you,
change your mind? That's what I'm trying to say. Like, would you
it,
like seeing him in a pro day, and if he looked good and he looked sprightly? I mean, everybody look good when the weather's warm, you indoors, all the situation is just right. Like, you should look solid. But would there be anything that you would see from the pro day that would just be like, we got to sign this guy today? Like,
I wouldn't say sign him today, but yes, he lost his fastball. If he had his fastball back, I would definitely. I mean, again, he's a minimum backup worthy if he can throw the football like he used to. But who he already struggled with some of the technique, and had accuracy issues. So
Hmm.
if you take that same guy and take away his arm strength, that was one of his superpowers, other than being able to run, being physical,
Hmm.
which you expect that to diminish at this point in his career, at
Yeah,
least
he's
a little bit.
33. He's
Right.
33.
So
So
you
I,
want
I
to
don't.
rely more on being more refined as a passer, being accurate, having the arm strength. So if you lose
Mhm.
that arm talent, it just completely throws it awry. So I mean, if he
Yeah.
had his fastball back, I'd be like, oh, that might be a sneaky pick to have as a backup, especially if you're in one of those situations where you got scrubs playing quarterback, i.e.
Yeah.
Washington. Um, I definitely like the Jacoby Brissett signing, but you
Okay.
don't know what you have in Sam Howell, who's only played one game and was 55% completion percentage. So, you know what I mean? You putting a lot of eggs in that basket. If that goes completely awry, and you only have two quarterbacks on the roster in the last few years, you played at what, three, four, five quarterbacks during the season.
Mm,
I don't see where it kills you to um, have him on the roster. Now, it's the personality that
yeah.
I think would be the issue, but
Yeah.
not an
I mean,
issue, but it rubs certain kinds of people the wrong way. So therefore, you know what I mean? Would it
yeah,
make sense?
Jacoby Brissett, dog, he like a Hyundai Elantra, dog. Like he'll get you to where you trying to go, but you just can't rely on that jump. But so much, like I like the signing too because I think he's leadership veteran. He kind of come in understanding his role. Bama been a backup everywhere, so he just kind of like the designated backup for the most part. But like real talk, real talk. If everything was just like a real competition and they were just like, hey, we just going to go with the best quarterback, right, for the team. Jacoby Brissett is going to beat out Sam Howell.
Fact.
He's just gonna beat him out just because he has more experience. He just knows how to play the quarterback position. He's been in much
He doesn't
like
turn the ball over. He would be perfect for this team last year as a quarterback who has a 2-to-1
there you go.
interception to touchdown ratio. He's not going to take big risks. He's not
You
going to
gonna
turn
run
it
the ball
over. He
heavy.
can
You
get the
going
short yardage, big, strong guy in the pocket. To me, he's a perfect Ron Rivera type guy who wants to
mhm.
lean on defense, not be risky, and not have a superpower offense, but just kind of be very
Yeah.
conservative.
They picked him up 1 year too late, dog. Cause now
Right.
you gotta win. And you all the excuses and the like it all that's done. All that's done. So I don't know where they I don't know how this I mean, I guess you just play Sam Howell and just hope things go well with that situation. I mean, it's really this is what I hate about the situation with Sam Howell is that you got Sam Howell and you have him with Eric Bieniemy, who by all accounts, there's a higher expectation on his offense with him, and you give him these dollar store fries and try to, what I'm saying, say put something together. I just
What I hope,
he should have a say in who's going to be the starting quarterback and who's going to be in here driving the offense. It's like they kind of railroaded him that he don't have a say in the matter, and I don't like that. It just seems that way. He might have a say, but like, dog, if I'm coming in and I'm running the offense, I should be the one at the forefront to be able to say, "Yeah, this is my guy," or "No, this is not my guy."
I agree, and I think that's probably one of the conversations they've had behind closed doors. Um, and I also hope that he gives himself the autonomy to, if they don't give him a say, that he leaks that information the same way everybody else leaks stuff out of here. If Ron wants that, Ron is not confident. He's proven he should have nothing to do with offense. From Carolina to DC, he's proven he shouldn't have a say about anything that goes on that side of the ball. So if
He
if you
got his
take
guy though, Zampezi. You already know he
he can be over there only
meddling.
one. Right. I believe the enemy's in a position if Ron wanted to play chicken, he can get Ron fired and end up the next head coach, at least interim. So
Mhm,
I think it'd behoove Ron to trust the guy that he brought in to say, hey, we're gonna give Sam every chance to be the starter. But if he
mhm,
ends up showing that he can't beat out Jacoby Brissett in camp, he can't beat him out in preseason, he can't beat him out in the regular season, that Jacoby's head and shoulders a better player when
mhm.
we've talked so much when the
He
quarterback is,
is though. We know the answer, Aaron. We don't need to see it.
but we know enough about football and politics in this city to where they'll make you, they'll tell you your eyes are lying, and they'll create these narratives and scenarios where
They did it last year. These Babs is headed for demise. Blundered the Giants game and was looking all foolish. Everybody looking like, "What are you doing?" Then had the Heineke Wentz debacle, Joe, in game. Babs is chanting Heineke name on the field. Then they just played the last game and he's like, "Oh yeah." Ron didn't even know we was out of playoff contention. Then he gonna come back.
idiot.
We got Sam Howell. Oh, get ready. This Christmas, we got a guy for you. Like,
But
it's
I
come
just
on, bro.
I expect that it'll play out. Whoever plays better will get the job, and it shouldn't be close. If it's close, if it's like Jacoby Brissett is 55%, or not, let's say Jacoby Brissett 48%, and Howell 42, you probably go with the young guy instead of a 7 year vet. If he can't,
Okay.
he should be able to dominate
I
being a
agree.
better offensive player and can't. If
Agree.
it's close, you lean rookie. But if we talking like 60-40, Ron know his ass is on the line. So I believe his loyalty is to his ass and not Sam Howell. So he probably want to lean and go with the player that's going to give him the best chance. So that's what we know about him. One, he's a
Okay.
liar. So even though he's saying Howell's a guy, if he feels like his ass is on the line, he's going to switch up quicker than anybody you know, and he's proven that. That's why I start
That's a
calling him
fact.
Con Rivera. Nothing he
That's a
says has
that's a fact.
anything to do with what's going to happen.
That's a fact.
And so if Jacoby's better, I believe he's going to be like when coaches get in these one and done situations where they're desperate. That's when you really see the best coaching, the
Mhm.
best dealing with players, and they're going to pull out all the stops trying to do everything just to win.
Mm.
And I think that's
That
what you're probably going to end up seeing this season. He doesn't
that's
have the comfort of blaming Dan this year because it's going to be a new owner who probably wants to bring in his new guy.
Dan. He
Dan,
out of here. I hear he cleaning out his offices. Is it a done deal, Aaron?
they said that's fake news because the Bama's office was cleaned out
Oh,
in December and
oh,
that he hadn't been in the
oh,
facility like that anyway.
oh.
So
No,
a
we
lot of
need a
the
buyer.
a lot of the local guys are kind of complaining because they believe a lot of this news that y'all feel like is news and y'all getting excited about is national reporters trying to break news on it, stuff that's been old or that's not really news. So you know how it goes here. They get
Mm,
jealous when national guys are breaking stories or acting like they're breaking stories or more in the
they
know.
just go dig in the trash, pull it back up, and recycle it, and be like, oh, and just put a new face on the jump.
Right. One thing we know about Dan, if you can't be confident about anything else about the Bama, this
Snake
Hermit
moves.
Bama does not mess with nobody. So when these Bamas acting like they got heat up, like this Bama's out of touch and borderline out of reality, out of touch with reality because he doesn't like he doesn't communicate with these Bams, and that's part of the reason they hate him. Like they don't have any inside information or
Yeah.
anybody close to him to be able to say one way or the other. The way you're gonna hear about the joint is gonna be through Forbes. If it don't come through Forbes, it's probably fake news. Even Adam Schefter can't get to the bottom of the
Mm.
of what's going on with this situation.
Dog, do we see? I'm hearing murmurings around Magic Johnson being a part of the bid with the Harris Group to try to get the Commanders. Is there any validity to that? Any truth to that, or
He was a
that's
part of their
all?
bid to try to get Denver. So that's another thing. Like
Mhm,
they tried to break that yesterday, and it's like he was probably a part of the group the whole time, or at least in conversations. But they
mhm.
acting like, oh, look at this is new. No, he was a part of their bid to buy the Broncos. They just didn't get it. It's like that kind of stuff that these national people are trying to act like they more
It's
in the
a
know than
dirty
the people
game.
around here.
Dirty
But
game.
it makes
Everybody
sense
in a rush to
because it's a
break the
guy that
story.
like they're going. We know they're not going to probably bring in a black head coach, so they try to like throw you like a couple crumbs. Like, look, we got this smiling black guy that everybody likes. We're gonna take pictures with him, push him in the forefront, but behind the scenes, he not really gonna have no say. Or the same way they
Bama
did him
got
with the Lakers. You know how it
Bama
go.
got a quarter of a third stake in the team.
And it was similar to that with the Dodgers, where he had like a small piece of it.
Yeah.
Um, but the kind of his personality, his
But they
smile,
put him out front. Yeah, he
yeah.
likable. So when they win, they like Magic. He got him holding the
I never met
trophy and
anybody
everything.
that didn't like Magic. Like he
Hey,
just
dog, Magic is a likable dude, dog. That
all the way
Bama's a
around.
likable
Yeah,
guy all the
good
way
business
around.
guy, all of that
This
stuff.
Bama felt dog. People don't realize this Bama when he got AIDS, dog. AIDS was like
The
that was
lowest of the
like
low.
dog. Bama said like people would treat you different. Like you were like, dog. I know that Bama got AIDS, yeah. Dog, stay away from me. Bama's used to act real
Because
like
people didn't know, especially
the
back
people
then.
didn't
Like,
know, dog. It
if
was
Bama
so
drink
the
off your
ignorance
cup,
of
you gonna triple wash your dishes. You gonna throw your spoons in the trash. It was
nice.
just,
It was
it was a
OC.
wild time in the 80s and
Yeah,
90s when people didn't
yeah.
really have a lot of information other than the drink kill you.
It's like Corona. Like you know how
Yes,
Bama's it was just
it was the first Rona
it was the
for
first one.
for our generation anyway.
Yeah. Because Bama's ain't know how to act. And this is the beloved person of like the eight dog. Everybody rock with Magic heavy. And this Bama got it, and
He
everybody was
loved
just
them
like
youngins though.
flabbergasted. Dog, yeah, he was running through the
He loved the
youngins, dog.
youngins.
He was Tiger times two. Before that Bama, dog, he was going hard body.
Because Tiger only like one flavor. Magic
Yeah.
was in the, the
He was in the
Neapolitan
early
tray. Yeah.
dog,
Give
and he
you
was dying. He was jumping in the pool, no
skinning,
no
dog.
swim trunks, no nothing, dog. Just
A wild dude, dog.
in every move yaya he could find, dog. He said he was talking. Did you ever see the interview when he was talking
Yes.
about how he was hitting the jump? He was like, "Yeah, at the job site, it was
Right
yeah,
next
she
door to the
won."
executives.
I said this
He said, "You
Bama
know
was
what should give
oh
you that look?" I'm like, this Batman talking on national TV.
he was
He had the
he was
sickness.
yeah he was sick, dog. Before the sickness, he got the sick. That was God saving his life, though, dog. Because sometimes, young, I'm telling you, I'm
Don't
telling you,
say that.
because dog, he saved him. Because the Bama was going off the deep end, and then that jump when dog pulled him back down, young, and humbled him. He changed up. Bama got right. He faded. I remember dog, Bama's ain't want hoop with him. Charles Barkley and them
Yeah,
Bama's ain't even want to play basketball next to him. They ain't want him to come back. I'm like, oh, this junk crazy, bro. But look at Magic now, dog. He might be
winner, winner,
if we
chicken dinner.
if we talk about the greatest comeback stories, Magic got to be in one of the greatest comeback stories, dog. His comeback. Who else on the comeback story, Joe? I don't. Kobe's comeback was pretty solid too, because when he had the jump with the young in the rape case, Joe, that Joe hit him. That Joe knocked him down.
You can't say that word. That joint throw out your whole algorithm when you when you use that
What you
shit.
mean?
The R word.
Really?
Yeah, you got to keep that off of YouTube. You got
Uh he was touching butts out here.
yeah,
I just
but I think that's a little bit different. Bama's in Hollywood been on the
uh
self-inflicted foolishness with the youngins, even with dudes and boys, all kind of stuff. And because they talented at what they do, people look like R. Kelly, like look past the drink and keep it
mhm,
moving. I think with Magic, even though it was in a way self-inflicted, like that's death. There's a difference between, you know, catching a case and you looking
yeah,
at dog. Everybody thought when he had it, we thinking, in 5 years he gonna be gone because we just didn't know enough about the drink back then.
yeah, that's a fact.
And everybody,
I mean,
everybody for a long time was saying Magic, he got the cure, or because he got the money. Like people we just didn't know enough information about the drink being
yeah,
treatable. You could live a regular
he just
life.
I guess he just caught it
His
so
wife never
early
got it.
on and just
Yeah,
yeah. Dog, his Joan is a that's a dog. That's a wild story. That's
it
a
is.
wild story.
And the show is amazing.
Yeah. What you talking about? The winning
Showtime
time,
show.
Joe?
Yeah, winning
Oh yeah,
time.
that Joan official. That Joan official. Follow us at OSS 980 Other Side of Sports. Go subscribe to the channel. Definitely leave your comments on any of the topics that we discussed today. Please, we want to hear from you. We appreciate all of our fans and everybody who rock with us heavy. We out.